What is up, guys? It's Max Merck here, and today I'm with the 2016 Mercedes-Benz CLA 250. Now this car right here is a pretty well optioned car, but what I'm going to do today is show you guys some of the really cool and neat features of the Mercedes-Benz CLA. Now this will pertain to the 2014 through 2017 models. They're all pretty much the same. So to kick it off, the first cool feature of this car is, let's say it's a really hot day outside and it's really hot inside the car and you want to kind of air out the cabin. Well, what you can do is actually take your smart key, and if you click and hold the unlock button, all the windows will open. And if you do it again, it'll actually open the shade inside, and then it'll proceed to actually open the roof. Just like so. All from the key. And this also applies if you actually accidentally leave your windows open, or if you leave the sunroof open. You can actually go up to the car and click and hold the lock button, and they'll actually all close. However, if you don't want to do that, what you can actually do is go up to the car, and the keyless go touchpad right here, the touch sensitive button right here for actually locking the car, if you click and hold that, it'll actually lock everything as well. However, that's just for locking. So if you go back here and click and hold the open, it's not going to open anything. And then also one more thing. With the key, if you actually go and close it, like as I said, either by pushing that or on the smart key, it closes the windows. However, if you actually want to close the roof too, the sunshade too, if you click and hold the lock button, it'll actually go ahead and close that shade right there. Pretty neat stuff. So the next pretty cool feature that I'd like to show you guys is actually an option. It's a $450 option, and basically what it does is it's the glowing Mercedes emblem. So let me actually go ahead and I'll leave those closed. I'll actually show you guys. If I go ahead and turn on the headlights, or whenever the headlights automatically turn themselves on, I highly doubt you guys will be able to see this during the daylight, but the Mercedes emblem right here actually glows. It's a bit hard to see, but it literally glows. Another useful feature of the CLA is actually with the seats, and this also applies to the GLA, the Mercedes GLA. Let's say you need a little more bolstering and support for your thighs. Well, whether you know it or not, if you actually pull this lever up here, you can actually extend this thigh extension, and you can also do the same thing for the passenger side. And you can adjust it however you like, and it's adjustable. However, I like to keep it out. This other feature also applies to the interior. So, in general, the CLA has a pretty small armrest, and I find it a bit uncomfortable, but whether you know this or not, you can actually slide this forward. I know this isn't a breakthrough feature or anything, but for those who didn't know previously, now you know. Next up, I actually want to show you guys another feature. This actually really improves the practicality of the Mercedes CLA. You can actually fold down the seats. I'm sure a lot of owners already know this, but for anybody who needs to know, if you actually pull this, you can actually go ahead and fold down these seats. And I'd have to slide my seat forward a tiny bit for it to actually fit. But it's a 60-40 split. You can do this side or that side, 60-40 split. I'd have to move the seat a little bit, but that's that. And also back here is actually a pass-through right here. And then the way to access that would be, you access that through the center armrest here. Next up, we move to the interior of the car, and this only applies to cars with the panoramic roof option. But if you actually look at the panoramic roof, I'm sure you'd know there's a shade. So when you open up the sunroof, it first opens up the shade, just like so. And then when you open up the roof opens up, and then this little piece comes back to compensate for this clear piece right here. But I personally don't like this here. I like the entire thing to be open, whether it's glass or it's physically open. So if you actually go ahead and click the switch one more time, it'll actually take this back. And that's just a little small thing, but for people like me, I like everything to be open, just like that. Alright, nearing the end of this video, we have the start button. Now, as you know, most people, if you click start button, your foot on the brake, starts the vehicle up, turn it off, turns the car off, and you can just do whatever you want with the start button. However, there's people who don't like the start button, including myself. I'm more of a traditionalist with my keys, and the older Mercedes is you'd physically insert the key and start the vehicle. And some Mercedes guys know this. However, a lot of people don't know this. What you can actually do, whether it's in the event that your battery on your key dies, you can start the car this way, or if it's just preference. I have a friend who doesn't like keeping his key. He doesn't ever know where to put his key, so he just removed the start button all in all. And personally, I do the same thing. If you actually go in and grab the start button, you can remove it, and then you're left with the key, where you can physically just go in, start the vehicle the traditional way, and then the keyless go still works. I personally like this method more. And then when you're done, just simply reinsert the button just like that. Last but not least, guys, is I want to show you guys this little dynamic select button. It's very cool in that it gives you different options for driving the car, which most people know. You know, if you click it once, let's wait for the screen to boot up. If you click it once, you have sport. Click it again, you get individual, you get eco, comfort, and then all these actually make a difference. I'm going to go over these in a separate driving video I have of this car. But if you actually go to individual, if you click down and hit adjust, you can adjust each separate piece of how this car drives. So you have manual, eco, comfort, sport. I typically leave the individual in manual. Suspension, sport, comfort. I like to leave it in sport. Steering, comfort, sport. You can disable the auto start stop function if you choose. You can also do it through the button right here. And your climate control, you can either put it in eco or comfort. And you can pretty much tailor this car to however you'd like it to be. And then you have all these animations, which are very cool too. So if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more videos just like this. See you in the next one.